welcome to W&L Review. Today we will be reviewing three movies. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1956 version, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1978 version, and The Invasion, the 2007 version. And with that, I will let my daughter start off.
So, the first Invasion of the Body Snatchers, in my opinion, was quite good for a 1956 movie. I'm not typically a fan of black and white movies, though there are some that I am actually a fan of, and this was one of them. It surprised me because I honestly did not think I would like it, and so when we watched it and I ended up enjoying it, I was pleasantly surprised. We actually kind of watched the movies backwards. We started with the newer one, then the 78 version, then the 56 version. So it was like kind of weird, but overall I thought it was a really good movie. And I'll let my mom tell you what she thought.
The 1956 version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I had never seen before. However, I had heard through people that there was an older version. I had only ever seen the 1978 version. So when we found the older version, I jumped at the chance for us to watch it, and I too wasn't quite sure if I was going to like it, and surprisingly so, I did. It is, of course, in black and white, like we said, so that adds to the eeriness of the movie. What's nice about this movie, it has no language, and it has no gratuitous sex scenes or nudity, so you can watch it with younger children if you so choose. I would say that if they get scared easily, though, maybe not. It is a very, spooky kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. But as far as watching it with being able to watch it in a room with a younger child or teenager or young teenager, you can feel comfortable enough to watch that with them and not have to worry about getting them out of the room, having them cover their eyes or their ears over something that was said. And really, I have no bad things to say about the movie. The movie was really good. The main guy that's in the first movie is actually he plays a bit part in the second movie, and then there's a person that plays in the second movie that plays a bit part in the third. So it's really neat how they kind of played homage to each movie that way, and it was really cool. And the second movie is The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1978 version, and I will let my daughter tell you what she thought.
Yet again, I thought it was a really good movie. There was a naked scene in there, so just know that. But other than that, it was a pretty good movie. Another one that I was kind of surprised about, because you hear a lot of these 70s movies are quite cheesy. This one really wasn't. It was surprisingly good. So, if you can get over the scene and you like kind of spooky movies, then you'll like this movie. I'll let my mom tell you what she thought about it.
The 1978 version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers is a good movie, and that's one I grew up with, as I was born in the 70s. So, I do not remember growing up when I would watch this movie ever seeing the nudity that was in the movie. I don't remember ever seeing it now. I don't know if that was because my mother had averted my eyes or told me to leave the room or what. But just a word of the wise, if you have a child, teenager, or whatnot, or whatever that likes science fiction-y kind of movies, you might want to watch this beforehand, so that way you can kind of have an idea and a gauge as to when these scenes, because it's more than one, it's a couple of scenes where there's nudity, so that way you can avert your child's eyes or whatever. And I do believe there was a little language, but um, again, it is a movie. It is an older movie. Not that that excuses anything. I'm just saying that if you like movies that are science fiction, you might go ahead and give it a chance. But you might, if you have children, give it a once over to kind of know where the scenes are, so you can be warned. Um, Other than that, I would say I really don't have any bad about it. I mean, it has a great cast of people in it, um, from Leonard Nimoy to Donald Sutherland to Jeff Goldblum, uh, just to name a few. And uh, I know there's more. I'm just not thinking. And then the next movie is The Invasion, and I will let my daughter tell you what she thought about that one.
Okay, so The Invasion was by far my favorite of the three. Uh, in my opinion, I think there was some language and all, but other than that, I'm pretty sure it was my favorite out of them all for the like how spooky it was. I thought they did it really well, and like the way that they did it was really interesting and different from the others, and I liked that. I liked that they didn't just completely copy the exact same storyline 3 times with just different actors and actresses. They actually almost like continued the story, but like made it seem like it was in either different parts of the world that this was happening or different states of the US that it was happening. Um, and I just really liked that they made it different enough that you felt like, oh, okay, so I'm not just watching. I'm not going to need to expect. I'm not gonna be expecting the exact same things each time. I'll let my mom tell you what she thought.
The Invasion is another really good movie. It is quite different, yet the same, and that's like an oxymoron right there. But it's different in that it stands on its own. You don't have to feel like you have to watch the first 2 movies to understand this one. And the same for the other 2. You can watch them; and they can stand on their own as well. Um, the it was different in the aspect of how this was spread and how this happened and what happened and all this, um, was a different take than the others, and I enjoyed that. Nicole Kidman plays in this version, and I thought she did a really good job in the movie. Um, it's interesting how um, she started to notice that things were changing, and I will say it is definitely a edge of your seat, scare the pants off of you kind of movie. It is definitely one of those, um, and I think I have a hard time saying which one was my favorite. I like the '78 version because I grew up with that one. And I can tell you, I was afraid for a long time to go to sleep after watching that movie. Um, but watching the last one, the Invasion, it definitely is spooky on a different level. Um, and the first one was spooky, and the second one was spooky, and the third one was spooky. But they were all spooky in their own. They held their own, and they were scary and science fiction-y, whatever you want to say, but they held their own, and I really enjoyed that. I have not a whole lot more to say other than it was a really pleasant movie to watch. I don't. There wasn't any nudity that I can recall in this last one. There might have been some language. Um, I don't really even recall that, quite frankly. Um, but I will say it was definitely a edge of your seat drama, intense kind of, it didn't take the storyline didn't take very long for it to get to build up to know what was there was something different, something bad was going to happen, or something climactic was going to happen. It didn't take long for that. And there's some movies that you watch and you can be sitting for 45 minutes and going, okay, when's it going to happen? But this wasn't the case. So I will say that made it even more enjoyable. Anyway, if you liked what we had to say, give us a like, subscribe, and if you liked any of these movies, or you've seen them, or you haven't seen them, and you have a movie that's science fiction-y that you want us to review, give us a comment down below. With that, we'll see you later.
1 minute.
Oh, she's got something to add, but
Yeah. Huge shout out to Marion, also known here on YouTube as Life Unbox, for joining our Patreon. If any of you guys out there are also interested, the link will be in the description box below.
with that, we will say, see you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.